Omari, before we start talking about the football and the game, lots of suggestions in the media that now ASAP Rocky, his court case is over, and suggestions that could help their investment, the consortium's investment with 𝗬𝗢𝗥𝗧 and others in America, that might bring it forward. It is something that you have no control over, but it must be something that you guys talk about in the dressing room.
I mean, no, not at all. We haven't spoke about it at all. I think to me, ASAP Rocky is just someone that I listen to at the moment. Until anything happens further, then yeah. But at the moment, I'll just enjoy his music.
And what is it about his music that you enjoy?
I'm a hip hop fan, so you know, it's just someone I like. Obviously from Barbados, so family's a big fan of Rihanna as well. So yeah, but I've always listened to hip hop, and he's always been up there for me. So yeah.
Fingers crossed, if it all comes off, it will be something that will be really progressive, hopefully, from a Tranmere point of view.
Well, yeah, of course. I think from the fans' point of view, it will be very exciting for them, as a player, or as us as a club as players. We're just focused on the football, to be honest, because that's what's the most important thing at the moment.
Yeah, it's imperative, isn't it, that you start getting the results to take you away from that danger zone near the foot of the table and in the thick of that relegation battle as you are at the moment. The last couple of results, not the victories that you were looking for, but at least they weren't defeats, they were draws, you got points from it, and that kind of stops the rot a little bit, doesn't it?
I mean, I think everyone was disappointed after them 2 games because we should take the 3 points. Is it a step in the right direction? No, not really, because we need 6 points, not 2. But it's better than losing, and it's something to build on. So we're not content or happy with drawing them 2 games, because we could definitely have won both of them. So we need to take that into Saturday.
But as much as you can, you're clearly not happy, and why would you be, given the games were at Prenton Park and your record there? You can't change that now, can you? You've got to kind of learn from it and sort of dust yourselves down. No,
we can't change it at all. Can't change anything in the past. All we could do is look to the future and look to the game on Saturday, Tuesday, both massive games. Every game is a massive game now, so we got to do everything that we can to win them games, because it's about time that we need to start winning.
Because the results recently and for too long haven't been good enough, you know, it would be odd if previous results and performances don't have an effect on players' confidence and style. So what can you do to try your very best not to let those sort of things have a negative effect?
I mean, we need to pick each other up in the building. We're with each other every day. Obviously, the fans get to see us for 90 minutes on a Tuesday night or a Saturday, but we're here together every day. So if you see somebody's head is dropping, which is a very easy thing to do because things ain't going our way, we need to stick together, and we don't really have time to dwell on things, because the next game keeps coming quick and fast. So I think it's a mentality thing. You have to be strong to be in this position, and you also need good teammates to pick you up when you're feeling down, which we have, because the games are coming.
I mean, you're an experienced player. You've had, you know, you've played for a number of clubs. Are you one of the guys that does a lot of the lifting the chins of other professionals, maybe the younger ones, and sometimes you, in all honesty, have to lean on others?
Well, yeah, a bit of both. I like to think somebody that can lift the boys up as well. I definitely do get down as well, and that there's people and there's players here that you can lean to, coaches here that you can lean to as well. But I kind of like dealing with things myself, really, and just trying to get on with it. I've been through a lot of things in football, so I like to think I've got the mentality to just kind of stay head focused and kind of block out the noise and just try to be the best teammate I can and player I can.
You're a progressive footballer. You're quick as lightning, you're creative, you can travel with the ball. Is it difficult not to be sort of inhibited, because it's a big workload, to do those things at any time. But when the team is conceding goals and you're one of the sort of creative outlets at the top end of the pitch, does that put more pressure on you? Do you find it difficult at times to cope with that? Or are you the kind of guy that thrives on that? Is it a mix of everything?
No, not at all really. I think that's my strengths. That's the way that I play. Is it going to have games where it's not pulling off? Of course, but I'm the type of person to keep asking for the ball and keep trying to do my things. If it wasn't going my way, I probably wouldn't be in the team. So the fact that if I'm on the pitch and I'm selected, I'm obviously selected for a reason, and that's the reason why I'm selected, because to me that's my biggest strength. So I got to keep going, and it doesn't matter if you're going to make mistakes as a footballer. So, but I like to think that I could just keep trying to right my wrongs and just keep going. Otherwise, if I go into my shell, it's not going to be good for me at all. So yeah.
You mentioned before that you're pretty good at being focused and blocking noise out. In the physical sense, when you can hear criticism from the fans when results and performances aren't going the way that they'd like, I mean, it's happened in football since time immemorial. If you're a team that's struggling against relegation, the players get it, the manager gets it, the owner gets it, and so it goes at Tranmere at the moment.
Yeah, it's not easy. Obviously, the fans are they're passionate about their club. It's not going the way it should be, so it's right to say that they're angry. It's understandable. We have to win games, so when the crowd is like that, for me personally, I can play through it and I can get through it because I understand why they're like that and we get the reaction like that. But when we're playing well, you can see them cheering us on as well. So they want us to win, of course they do. But it's not for me personally. It's not the right time to go into your shell, because then I think you play worse maybe. So I just got to get on with it. There could be players that might need picking up. There could be players that don't need picking up. It's us as a team to recognise that and just try to be as the best teammate that you can.
And the frustration from the fans and some of that criticism, it's only indicative of the love that they have for the club. It's just the opposite end of what they do when you're playing well and you're winning matches.
Of course, I'm a fan of football before I was a player, so I support a team.
Who's your team?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of ups and downs with Arsenal, so you got to see it through a fan's perspective, because I am a fan of football as well, but then I also see it as a player's perspective. Does it necessarily help on the pitch? No, but you can understand why they're like that, because you're like that yourself. Everybody's a fan of football. So I think it's a balance, and this is a headstrong sport. You got to be headstrong on the pitch and off the pitch. So I think you just got to just focus and try and nail it down.
Tough old test to come against Notts County, first things first. You're just one place above the relegation zone. They're just one place out of the sort of the automatic playoff positions. Yeah,
well, the table will matter, like I talked about, fans' perspective and players' perspective. From a player's perspective, it's a game of football. For 90 minutes you have to win. So of course there's where they are in the table, where we are in the table, but I think our main focus is it's a game of football and we have to win it, and we know that we have to win it.
Yeah, and at this stage of the season, the table, listen, it's always important, but it's not always an indicator of how a team is going to play. What happened last week doesn't necessarily dictate what happens this week.
No, of course it doesn't. And if you think like that, then I think you're going into a game negatively. Like I said, it's a 90-minute game of football. Like Notts County have been beat this season by teams that are probably lower in the league. So I just think whoever's on their day, you just got to bring your A game and do as best as you can.
And can you put your finger on, I'm sure the manager has spoken to you about it, and the coaching staff and you players as well discussing why the away record has been so poor?
I mean, I don't think it's something that you could really put your finger on. I don't think there's like it's this or it's that. I'm not totally sure. I just think we have to go into games, home and away, believing that we can win. If we keep looking at the away record, it could, like I said, I think mentality is massive. So if you know them things, you could go into a game in a negative way where we should turn it into a positive one. So I think we'll try and turn it around 100%.
Finally for me, do you guys believe that maybe it's only one result, that you're only one result away from sort of turning things around a little bit and getting a building block for the future?
No, I don't think we can look at it like that. I just think every game you go to win, not one game's going to turn it. Just get your performances in and just try to do as best as we can as a team, because I think if we just go from game to game instead of looking ahead, it'll be better for us. So at the moment, the main focus is Saturday and just only focus on Saturday, and then whatever happens after that, we go again for the next game.